Hey there. If you're in the US, how was Thanksgiving? And what food did you eat? I'm always interested in what food was eaten, even if it was like Chinese takeout or something, like roasted duck, shrimp fried rice. Let me know. Now, I'll tell you how my Thanksgiving went in the comments. As far as I know, it's my job to make an air fried turkey breast, dressing, and macaroni and cheese this year. But we're also having a super small Thanksgiving this year, so not as much pressure to make it right, even though I've made the macaroni and cheese before and I've made dressing before. I like them both. Family liked the macaroni and cheese. I made the dressing for myself. But I digress. You know the two questions I've got to ask every week. One is, what's one thing you're celebrating from this week? And two is, what's something that you were challenged by this week? I realized in my overeagerness to work ahead last week that I didn't really share any of my own celebrations or challenges, just the origin of the two questions I ask every week. I have a few to share of each from this past week. And that's, 2 weeks ago, because I chat with you 2 weeks in advance in a way. So by the time we're chatting this week, it should be past Thanksgiving. It should be like a day after Thanksgiving. But I'm actually, talking to you from the 14th of November. So we're working ahead, but we're still talking about the past. So we're reflecting our past, it makes sense, right? All right, just, no, I believe in you. I know you can keep up. But yeah, we're talking about the past. We're reflecting on the past. And I'll share my celebrations and my challenges of the week. So you have at least something to go off of before we get deeper into the conversation. So my celebrations for my last week, or this past week for me, was I set up an automated system. I found out I could pay for automations for marketing, and it's a lifesaver. Like when I do this podcast, it goes straight to YouTube, which is amazing. And it feels like having a personal assistant. The only issue is when I do IG Reels, which I can also kind of automate, I completely and totally always forget to go to TikTok, because I can make a reel turn into a TikTok, but I always forget. So what I end up doing is I just never post it. I always forget that it automates it and just sets it up to go to TikTok without the watermarks and everything. But I forget to actually go to TikTok to finish, the last text or whatever and post it. I never do it because I never go on TikTok. So I'm going to have to put like a reminder on my actual phone's alarm to remind me to do that. Otherwise, I just never will. Another celebration is finally going to Trader Joe's after 3 months of absence. We haven't been able to go out to Trader Joe's. We finally did. And it felt so good to restock some of my faves from there. I might do a post. We'll see. Just like a quick post of like what my haul is from there, because I think it could be really telling to see what someone picks up after months of not visiting Trader Joe's. Like what am I restocking on that I missed having? What things are like my favorite things that I bought? And plus it'll be kind of like I'm on a budget, because there's no way I could have just like bought everything that I wanted. So it's like, what did I really want? Or like, what are the other things I would have bought if I wasn't on a budget of restocking everything I missed out on for the past like 3+ months. And then I have two more. One was finding my mom the perfect flowers when I was at Trader Joe's. Just for $10, I found a dozen roses, which are her favorites, and then they were in her favorite color combo, which is yellow and red, and they smelled good, which is a rarity for me and my mom. My dad will get Costco flowers, and they don't have any smell at all. They start to stink actually after like a few days, a day or two. But these actually smell really good. They smell so sweet. And so whenever you're like in the room, you smell it and you remember, oh, the flowers, and you look at them and you're like, oh, they're so pretty. So it was a steal, and it was great to get my mom to smile. And the final thing was like, I actually bought a Switch. I've been wanting a Nintendo Switch for a while, but I never gonna have the time to play it. But there was a game that I really wanted. It was, I just decided to look up Worms Armageddon, which was a game I used to play on the Dreamcast when I was a kid or younger. And they have one for the Switch. It's a different game, but it's the same concept. and it was on sale for like $1.99. But by the time I got my Switch, it was off sale, and I have to buy it through the Switch. But apparently I went on Reddit, and apparently it goes on sale all the time, so I am fine. I will just wait for it to go on sale. I'm not in a rush, but it's really nice to have a Switch now. I haven't played it yet because I was supposed to... This is all part of the expectation thing, where you want everything to go as planned. I wanted to just have all my work done, so on the weekend I could have chilled a bit. But I'm going to be playing catch-up this weekend. But those were all my celebrations. Let me go into my challenges. My chipped molar has been a challenge for me. I been getting toothaches on and off, and it's very distracting. So until I can get it pulled, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know if this is healthy or helpful or not, but I've been chewing on like a clove here and there and taking Tylenol to help with the toothaches and stuff when they come. But that's been, pretty distracting. Just having a busy week last week has been distracting. That's my other challenge. With Thanksgiving prep, doctor's appointments, and just facing new life hurdles in my personal life. It was a super busy week, and I was just stuck on one article I was supposed to be writing for next week, the entire week, because I just kept getting interrupted and I couldn't get my flow back, and I should know better than to just like keep trying to force myself to work on something. So just having a busy week was a challenge. And my last challenge was just being in my luteal phase. I've been like loosely observing this thing called cycle syncing, and as a person with a period, and it shows me like when my highest energy levels are, what weeks those are, and what my lowest ones are, and what I should be eating and how I should be exercising, and when's my best productivity time. That's what it helps with, essentially. And my luteal phase is like, think of it as like the fall time where you're slowing down, energy is kind of low, you're kind of eating food, warming up because it's getting colder, and your body has a lot of hormones it's using up and stuff, getting ready for your cycle, your cycle coming, and so you kind of like lose energy, you kind of slow down. And that's what's been happening as well. So, have you ever had like high expectations for your week or your day, and like you just know you're going to get so much done, and then you don't? That was me last week for sure. I lost all of my I'm working ahead momentum that I had and the streak that I had, and now I'm just like trying to rush through everything to get ready for next week, because as of next week, as I'm talking to you, I'm going to be launching my newsletter and just like screaming about it through the rooftops and stuff to everyone I possibly can. And I'm not prepared for it right now, so I'm working on that. And I was so expecting to just like have pretty much everything done and just being able to chill this weekend and work casually, calmly work ahead on the weekend whenever I like wanted to work on future articles. But that's not how this has been working out. You've got to try to remember to be gentle with yourself during goodness. You have to be gentle with yourself during these times. And that's what I'm trying to remember and teach myself too, because I was excited about how this week was supposed to go and this weekend was supposed to go, but it's not going that way, and it's okay. The more I like let go of needing it to be perfect, needing it to turn out the way I expect it to turn out, the more things kind of fall into place easier, which is great. But yeah, that's been a great thing to learn. I learned how to like pivot when need be. Because I did, like I said, I focused my whole week on like one article. And when I let go of that, I think I found a different angle to take it on and write about it through. We'll see. But just letting go really helped. Letting go of like this need to finish it. So I'm going to try to see what I can do to get done for the launch and to work ahead before my cycle comes, which will, be my lowest energy point and my biggest mood swing era, which is, always fun. Hopefully it's not going to be this bad this time around, because sometimes it can get really bad. But yeah, that's what I'll be working on this weekend. And I would love to know, how do you usually bounce back from days or weeks that weren't productive? Let me know. We can talk all day long in the comments here, but just know if you become a paid subscriber on my Substack, you'll have access to any links or pictures or just a more subscriber only, like intimate, exclusive comment section to chat about all of this. I don't have any items or resources mentioned this week because I am getting through the rest of my work and I'm mainly focusing on that. I didn't really focus on much else this week, but I did talk about a pole dancing alarm clock that I used last week, and then some links to the repurposing automation tools I used, and some Skillshare classes I'm in the middle of and can't wait to finally be able to sit down as well to play around with them. I talked about that last week. This week, there's not much because I am going to get ready for this launch and I'm super excited in the midst of life happening. So, all right, I'm off to keep playing catch up. See you next week.